When the Taliban returned to power, the world watched closely. What followed was not a single decree, nor an isolated restriction, but a sweeping transformation of daily life for millions of women in the country. From education to employment, from public spaces to private homes, new rules began reshaping the boundaries of freedom. Now, a newly signed penal code has intensified those concerns, formalizing measures that critics say institutionalize control and limit legal protections for women even further. Today, we examine what this new legal framework means and how it fits into a broader pattern of restrictions that continue to redefine women's lives in Afghanistan. Signed by Supreme Leader Hibatullah Akhundzada, this 90-page code permits husbands to physically discipline their wives and children, as long as it does not result in broken bones or open wounds. For women who already had limited legal protection, this law deepens their vulnerability. Under the new framework, husbands can face up to 15 days in prison for what authorities describe as obscene force, which results in bruises or fractures. But it isn't that simple. Convictions require that the wife should prove abuse in court under strict procedural constraints. The woman is expected to show her wounds to the judge while remaining fully covered. Her husband or a male chaperone is also required to accompany her to the court. Avoiding legal channels and fleeing home to escape abuse is also not an option, as married women can face up to 3 months in prison for visiting relatives without their husband's approval. Earlier, there were safeguards, including the 2009 elimination of violence against women, a law that has now been scrapped. But it doesn't end here, there's more. Public flogging, up to 39 lashes or more, and prison sentences ranging from 1 to 7 years have also been imposed for so-called moral crimes, including adultery or illegitimate relations. Needless to say, women are disproportionately affected. But this is not the first time that such restrictions have been imposed. Girls are barred from attending secondary school beyond grade 6. Women are prohibited from enrolling in universities or sitting for entrance exams. Entire fields of study, from engineering to agriculture, journalism, mining, and even veterinary sciences have been closed to them. All of this, mind you, at a time when daughters of Taliban leaders are already studying abroad. In fact, even employment opportunities have been narrowed for women. They are barred from most government and private sector jobs, with limited and heavily restricted exceptions in certain health and primary education roles. They are also prohibited from working with national and international NGOs. Even the United Nations, which was once a major source of employment and essential services for women, is drastically affected. Women's rights activists and protesters have faced violent dispersal, arrest, enforced disappearances, and alleged torture in detention. Women-run businesses, including small bakeries and shops, have also been shut down in the past years. The restrictions also extend to movement. Women must be accompanied by a close male relative or mehram for most travel beyond short distances, including trips to workplaces, government offices, and healthcare facilities. In some areas, hospitals have been ordered not to treat female patients unless accompanied by a male guardian, which effectively denies women independent access to healthcare altogether. Participation in public life is severely limited. Women are barred from parks, gyms, public baths, and other community spaces. There's also a strict dress code that is enforced. Hijab is mandatory under detailed guidelines, and some institutions require full body coverings such as chadri or burqa. Non-compliance carries consequences. not only for the women, but also for their male relatives who may face suspension from their posts if deemed responsible. This is the system now in place in Afghanistan. And for millions of women, it defines daily life.